All right, day 2 of translating Xenogears. Okay, all right, that was a nice 4-hour sleep. Get back to translating.
That's still too. That's still
Okay.
4 hours too much, Mr. Honeywood.
What, honey? I'm sorry, honey. I still have over 800 pages to translate, so I can't go home.
But the kids wonder where you are.
All right. As mentioned, apparently the only medic in around the proximity area lives on a mountain path, a very steep one at that, that is infested by monsters, including man-eating wolves.
You know. At least in
I
Brave
put the
Fencer.
question. All right, let's go.
At least in Brave Fencer Musashi, it makes sense because the doctor was trapped in a crystal, and that's why he's on the mountain.
All right, let me also explain. Again, the combat I said most of it. Again, you have the number that you can fill in using the combo prompt as much as you want, and as long as you level up, you gain new death blows for Dreams' Delight, And also, his character has an ether kind of ability of some kind. Faye right now has a projectile, a key shot, but later on gets abilities that buff him up in some kind of way. I will mention more later. But hold on, this. Yeah, now you get a slight idea of the layout of where you're supposed to go. Doc Uzuki's house is over the bridge and up to the north.
Of course, it's just a simple walk up all that dangerous terrain.
Nope. This is also where the dedicated jump button comes in. Again, there's actual platforming in this game. And here's the thing. The random encounters are structured in a way where right before the battle starts, you have like a 2-3 second window where the music stops, but you don't understand. It can ambush you first before the actual screen tears apart, and everything. What's the problem with that? During that period of silence, pre-battle, if you were running, you keep your momentum going, but you cannot actually jump. So if you were preparing for committing a jump, there's a good chance that an encounter may literally ambush you, you're not able to jump, and you fall down the ledge, and you have to not only up to the battle, but also backtrack to where you came from. This comes to bite you in the ass in one specific dungeon of the game, but it's at least in minor capacity, it's a constant through the entire game. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Growing pains, I can see.
Anyway, for your convenience sake, I applied the same trick that I did for Eternal Sonata, and I will showcase a couple of battles. In some cases I will outright speed up the entire dungeon, but in some cases I will showcase a couple of battles to showcase what monsters look around the area, the combat, a new character skill, and everything. But after that, I will simply just skip the portion where the fight starts. For pacing's sake. Otherwise, again, this run would be very, very long, much longer than it actually is now.
It does seem like one of those.
That being said, like I just said in the previous part, I really enjoyed the combat, to be honest, which is a good segue. What Jova was mentioning in the previous part. If it seems familiar to you, if you had a 3DS, yes. Monolith Studios took inspiration from this to create the combat that premiered in Namco Cross Capcom and continued in Project Cross Zone 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Again, despite the fact that they moved away from this kind of combat after this particular game, somehow the person responsible for the X crossovers, actually took a liking to this and used a more rudimentary version of it for the units or both solo and pair units attacks, and it works just well the same. It's also to an extent applied also to Super Robot Wars, but yeah, it's nice to see that the legacy of this game runs deep still to this very day, actually. Alright, maybe I can make it. Nope. Don't worry, I won't spend the entire part there, here in this ravine. And besides, it's a good place to actually grind a bit for the first couple of levels. Hobgobs. Anyway.
But yeah, again, it is interesting to see because again, it's interesting going from this game to the Project Cross Zone games. Like, it is it is almost kind of a shame that this game couldn't get any representation in those games, given how.
Well, this is a Square Enix IP. Those games were strictly, Namco Bandai, Capcom, Sega, and for the second game, Nintendo. So
It's
not
funny
really.
because even Nintendo would get in on that, as you mentioned, with again Xenoblade and Xenosaga.
Well, Xenosaga is already a Namco Bandai IP.
But I know what
I want to. I want to mention this more in details for the actual Final Thoughts, but there's a bit of contention for one specific IP because for a while, Tetsuya Takahashi worked with his company Monolith, worked under Namco back then, and did the Xenosaga games. Then at the same time, we had a B team internally that did a game called Baten Kaitos, for the Nintendo GameCube. That was still published by Namco Bandai, Namco at the very least. But for the second game, Baten Kaitos Origins, that was actually published by Nintendo because it was in the transitioning period, which will lead to Xenoblade being published by Nintendo themselves. Which leads to the contention that nobody knows right now who the actual owner of the Baten Kaitos IP is, if it's Banco or Nintendo. A Baten Kaitos song actually ended up being in Smash Bros. 4, which got incorporated in Ultimate, but otherwise, at least I don't know actually right now about that.
It got a ton of spirits in Ultimate, if you're wondering.
All right, there we go. Now we are finally, after killing all those wolves, into the house of Dr. Chita Nozuki, straight out of a Studio Ghibli film, by the way.
Tio, I bet I can think what some audience are thinking. But Tio, does this mean that Xenogears is tied into Xenosaga and Xenoblade, the Xeno family?
I want to save it for another time. Injured, sick, and not accepted. Come in, but no deceased, please. Doc, you have a weird sense of humor, you know that?
If you're a zombie, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
That's zombieist.
There are actual zombies in this game, but we're very far from them.
Let me guess, they're evil, aren't they?
Chicken. Zombies are evil, Jova. Oh, and I guess the chicken was hiding some Aquasol. Okay, then. Thank you, I guess.
Not all zombies are evil. Some are.
Just because he's a zombie, you have to automatically assume he's evil.
Well, let me put it in perspective. Isienko, or Lele, for the original version, needed to have a seal slapped onto her forehead to actually retain her sanity.
And then you have zombies like Roddy Tops.
Anyway, putting some using the bird seeds and everything, there are again a couple of things that you can potentially find fucking around, in here. Like for example, a ring from Midori, which is the doctor's daughter.
You put the ring away secretly.
Which will actually become in handy later. It's not even an item in your, in your bag.
I do like how the number, like the numbers, the sprites for the numbers are taken from Chrono Trigger.
All right, let's go talk to the doc's wife and daughter. Dweebs, you can. No, sorry, Jove, you can be Yui.
Oh, Faye, welcome.
Hello, Yui. Where's Doc?
My husband is tinkering with his junk out in the backyard.
I should have guessed. Doesn't he ever get sick of playing that stuff?
No, I'm thinking about getting a psychiatrist to think about
I'll go out in the backyard and see if I can find him.
Wait, he's doing it in the backyard where someone's peeking over his fence?
Dwibs,
All right, you can be the little girl.
Dwibs, he's just playing with himself,
Hi, Midori. It's a nice day to play outside. How about we feed the birds later?
Tuppence a bag.
Not very social.
Oh yeah, what a great line I got there, Tia.
I guess
Sorry, I thought she was actually speaking.
I guess she's
It's
just
for later,
uncomfortable
don't
about
worry.
her father tinkering with his junk out there.
Just remember, there are no small roles, only small actors.
Is this like that issue in Batman Odyssey where the narrator has got Batman's body gets shot and the narrator says, "It looks like a puppet being jacked. The jacking never stops."
No, I got it. Maybe the dot. Maybe she was actually verbalizing it. Maybe she was saying like this, like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take a look in the meantime at the doctor's. Oh, it looks like a telescope. Let's give it a look. Why not?
It's one of those trick ones that puts a black circle around your eye.
Thankfully, no.
Sans!
And there's maybe no. Actually, there's I have a better one. Like it's like in Cow and Chicken, where chicken keeps looking a golf ball for
Wait a minute.
in front of the telescope.
Wait a minute.
There's a comic
Wait a minute.
because of it.
Wait a minute. With this telescope, why am I able to see the mountain that we're on?
I guess it's not very potent right now.
It's a very high tech telescope. Okay.
Whee! Again, God bless be the no damage. Where are you, Doc? Oh!
Does that answer your
There's your
question?
answer.
What's going on? Go ahead, the Pedro, it's you.
This is no good. Why do they use such inferior parts?
Doc! So that's where you were.
What? Oh, Faye. Good to see you.
Are you alright, Doc? What are you doing all the way up there?
I thought I would try to restore this land crab. Oh, and that explosion was nothing to worry about. It happens all the time.
Doc!
How are you not deaf?
Could you wait a while? I'm just almost done. Oh yes, there is something interesting in the storeroom. Why not take a look?
I don't want to see
Okay.
pictures. of
Okay,
you
Doc,
your-
I will, but please hurry up. I swear if it's another time machine, it will get dark before you know it.
Look,
Alright.
important.
But I don't like touching my. But sir, I don't like touching my junk in the dark.
What is that?
I can't see
So-
what I'm doing.
So this is what Doc was talking about. Let me see. What's so interesting about it?
Oh, the anti-life equation.
Whoa!
And now dark side is coming.
It's a statue. A mechanized.
Han
God, it's the A
Solo, what are you
conference.
doing here?
It's the Duck Princess statue from
What?
Quackshot.
What is this? It's a xylophone.
It's
Not a xylophone, sorry.
It's a giant
A music
box.
It's a music box.
Why is
Yeah.
it snowing in here?
Haruka, Michiru, get out of here! God damn it! Jesus Christ!
This music, I heard it before somewhere.
Blast my
It
amnesia.
sounds like the main game, the game's main theme.
Petals are to Haruka and Michiru what darkness is to Phoenix. Like
God,
we
Pedro.
always know they're close when it happens. All right, sorry.
Doc. Yes, what did Faye thought?
Hello again, Faye. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Where are these
way-
petals even coming from?
Like I said, Shiro, Haruka and Michiru are outside. So music is a mysterious thing.
It is.
Sometimes it makes people remember things that they do not expect. Well, you're a musician, Joe. I shouldn't you agree with that? Many thoughts, feelings, memories, things almost forgotten.
Guess.
Regardless of whether the listener desires to remember them or not. Well, that actually is true. A lot of
Yeah.
music
Yeah,
can use to trigger
yeah.
memories. Actually.
Doc,
Okay.
what is this?
It was excavated from some old ruins, and it's still under repair.
Looks fine to me.
I wonder if that'll be a
It's an audio
problem.
device of some type.
More like foreshadowing, Jova.
Long ago, people would listen to this melody, just as we are doing now.
Are we those people in the
At
past?
times they would have been cheered up, while at times they would have been made to cry.
And at other times they would have
Oh,
been made
that's,
to remember unpleasant
Wait,
memories.
what brings you here? Oh, that's right. Sorry, sometimes I ramble about philosophy. What brings you here?
Oh
today
yeah,
again?
that's right.
Yeah, go on.
Alice asked me to borrow some camera equipment from you.
Oh yes, her wedding is tomorrow, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Doc. I keep forgetting about it.
Understood. Well, we had better get them ready then.
After all, everything needs to go perfect tomorrow.
and it should be ready soon. Would you like to join us?
Would I ever? I was hoping you would ask.
Boy, Faye's just the ever perky protagonist.
This translation. Would you mind giving Midori some company back in the house?
Okay, take your time, Doc.
I think you could have phrased that better.
I'll go ahead and eat when dinner is ready.
Go right ahead. But I will not be held responsible if you get a stomach ache from eating my wife Yui's cooking. Ha 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 ha! You can. My wife can cook for shit.
No.
Look, I feel strange when I listen to this music.
I feel like he's implying that Faye would eat so much of it that he would get a stomachache.
Yeah, that too. I feel something inside.
That just may be because you have someone leaving inside. Whoa. And
Kyrie?
you two must have liked this
Kyrie's inside of
time
me?
ago before they came.
Jova, no. Let me just say no.
Well, of course you're right, Tio. There were actually 2 people inside of him instead of just Kyrie.
Hold on.
Is Timothy and Alice's wedding really tomorrow?
You
Actually,
don't
yes, Doc.
say!
Shut up! I know it's tomorrow.
It might actually be better to live an ordinary life in this condition as a son of man. Son of
Wait,
man.
what?
Hold on.
You'll be... Well, anyway, I suppose I better adjust the gyro at least. Huh?
And it blows up.
It stopped.
You're closed, Weebs. It's more like it's malfunctioning. Yeah, he actually broke.
Wah wah.
This cannot be. Is this an omen? Well, not necessarily, Doc. Maybe you strung this thing too much.
You did say you excavated
not.
it.
Now, what is going to happen?
Oh God!
Doc.
Guys, my music box broke! That means the apocalypse is coming!
Exactly, Doc. You're a scientist. Your things break all the time.
That was good.
Oh my God, guys! My watch is 2 minutes
Your
short!
cooking never fails
That
to
means there's
impress
gonna
me,
be a great
Yui.
flood!
Thank you for such a delicious meal.
Oh, you're welcome. If you like my cooking that much, then I'd be happy to cook for you anytime, Faye.
I will need to bring the equipment you need to the village myself. It does not exactly make me feel comfortable to have you handle such delicate instruments, I am afraid.
A lot. Where have I heard that line before?
You're good for nothing, Faye.
That's alright by me. Well, see you tomorrow, Doc. Good night, Yui, Midori.
Good night. We're looking forward to tomorrow's wedding. It's going to be
Tomorrow's wedding.
perfect.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
guys,
Midori
there's a wedding
agrees.
tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be honest. The whole them constantly saying that the wedding's tomorrow is
Well,
annoying me
good
already.
night, Doc.
We haven't even got to the angsting yet.
Give it some
Oh,
time,
Faye,
guys.
please be careful.
Don't worry, Doc. I exterminate the entire population of wolves coming here.
The path is dangerous when it is so dark. Also, my statue
Ah.
broke, meaning there's danger afoot.
What's wrong, Doc? There is nothing to worry about. Well, anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.
For the wedding, which is tomorrow.
Ha! Hello, Dwibs. Are you about to visit the wedding tomorrow?
Yeah, I know. Are you excited for the wedding, which is tomorrow, which is the day after today?
Thankfully, on this way back, you actually do not get random encounter if I recall correctly. So, but that's because something's about to happen. Obviously.
Even that on the random encounter rate just went to bed.
No, no, dude.
Ah, my best friend Timothy. I see that you're sorry.
What's that?
An earthquake.
Wars. Gears.
And let me guess, the evil group are invading.
Well, evil is a kind of a subjective term in this kind of world.
Now that I think about it, because remember, this is my first time seeing it in years, the opening of this game is very similar to Cosmic
Giants.
Fantasy.
Not just any giants.
Doc, some flying objects went towards Lan.
Again! So you saw them too. Judging by their shadows, they appear to be a group of gears from our neighbor country, Kislev.
Those were gears?
Of war?
Yeah, basically.
Oh no, they are headed directly for Lahan.
Yeah.
The ones I just saw?
You just said that.
Let's make ace so we can save
Right.
the wedding.
How
That's
are we
also
going
another
to
thing.
stop them?
Tomorrow.
Alright, I need to ask you to pay attention for a second because I need to, in universe, actually explain something.
All right.
Interruption rock.
Shh. It's an extra. That corrects it.
Hello everyone, Tia from the editing room here. You might have noticed something peculiar about the tracks you have just listened to, which is basically called Night of Fire or Blazing Nights, depending on the version. It's a pretty cool piece, but it has something that you might recognize as human words, particularly in this beat. Yeah, it does sound peculiar, doesn't it? Let's try to listen again, just slow down a bit.
Someone talking while recording.
Yeah, it might sound gibberish, but you may be surprised that those are actual words in English. Something that Matsuda always claimed was actual gibberish, so I don't know, where it comes from, especially since, considering the context of those words, he probably just picked them, without knowing too much about them. I don't even know how, but I will get in a second. What are exactly those words? Specifically, they form the phrase, total sentence imposed is 10 years in the state prison. Apparently, this is also used for a track in Command & Conquer
Excuse me?
Renegade, track called Ammo Clip.
Also, you've gone full YouTube critic here with these avatar changes.
Yes.
Love it.
And the culture, eh?
Wow.
So what are you doing a storytime video?
I guess Luis might be a bit more familiar with this. But here's the thing where it comes from. It's from a 1990 trial for murder. Specifically, a certain judge called Robert Thomas sentencing a 10-year imprisonment decision for Marlon Brando's son, Christian Brando, for the murder of Doug Drollett.
Total sentence imposed is 10 years in the state prison.
Yeah, really. It's fucked up, man. And the
How did we
weirdest
get
thing
here?
about all of this is the fact that the original trial was in 1990, but public will not receive major transcriptions of the trial until 2004 in written form and 2015 including a documentary tied to Marlon Brando's life. So you're telling me that Matsuda, and subsequently the composer for the 2002 Command & Conquer Renegade video game, actually managed to sneak in an archive of the American trial and decided to put those words for part of the soundtrack of their games.
What the fuck?
Yes.
I don't know, the line between ingenuousness and fucked uppery is very thin on this one. But anyway, there's your trivia. You will hear more about this track since it's actually one of the boss themes. And now back to the game.
Great.
What
Back
kind
to our
of
regularly
rabbit-
scheduled programming.
No, Lahans.
What kind of rabbit hole have I
So we're just gonna
stumbled
ignore
on?
it, right?
Just keep it as food for thought for later parts.
But what about the wedding?
I don't, this right
I
hand, don't
don't
think
Oh,
it's gonna be
think
ready
there's gonna be a
anymore.
with
wedding.
that.
Timothy!
Oh yeah, but I had to warn you, Shira, there's gonna be a lot of flashy light in this game. I will try to warn it
It
as
happened
soon
in
as I
part
can.
one, but it got worse.
It's gonna get worse in some other occasions.
Fantastic.
Good job.
Doctor! They just came out of nowhere and landed right in our village.
Are you
Pedro?
all okay? Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yes, but it's Dan. We can't find him.
Are you
I think
sure
I
you're
need
okay?
fish for Shiroi.
That's
But
yours.
whatever.
Oh yeah, that is.
Can you read
Yeah.
that, Shuri?
Well, I had a voice in the first part, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Oh, it's because of the effect in the background. So.
I'll go look one more time. Alice, go ahead and get out of the village.
They did kind
You,
of put a
Alice.
filter on the back of the screen, so it's not thingy. So.
Doc,
You-
you know I
oh.
can't just leave Dan behind. But Timothy, that's exactly how the love interest
Timothy.
dies.
Also, I've zoomed right in on the text box, so I can't see the effect anymore.
I understand how you feel, but leave the rest up to Faye and me. The primary thing you should be concerned with is our own safety.
I mean,
Timothy, your
we're
responsibility is to
protagonists, so we
protect
won't
Alice.
die.
No, not.
But
It's just as Doc says. The two of you should get out of the village now.
leaving the village
worry
is
about Dan.
forbidden.
Knowing him, he's already evacuated and he's waiting for you.
I guess you're right. Okay, Alice, let's let Dr. Azuki and Faye handle it from here.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get in the TARDIS.
But Faye, please look out for Dan.
Dan.
We just said we were gonna do that.
Dan's dead, isn't he?
Or he's
Well,
gonna be.
yeah, don't worry. If he still happens to be in the village, I'll be sure to save him.
Sure you will.
Now, both of you, hurry.
The wonder people die in this game. They waste time repeating themselves.
I will go check inside the houses to see if there is anyone left behind. Faye, please go around the village and guide the stragglers to a safe location.
Well, I mean,
Yes?
there's that unless the seizure killed them first.
Alright, but Doc, you be careful, okay?
There's danger afoot.
You too, Faye.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Oh,
Rick-
Jesus.
Okay, Richard, I know this was strenuous and all, but you could have. Why'd you keep repeating yourself, man?
Yeah, sure, it's best if you don't look much around this
Yeah,
part.
I've stopped.
I'll tell you when it stops.
Sure.
Allow me to answer this. I'm sorry. Like, oh my god, I accidentally copy-pasted this line over and over.
Oh.
Well, I have no time to correct that. All right, continuing. There you go, dude. That's what happened.
Did Faye just get blasted?
No, he actually jumped away. And he finds himself empty gear.
Oh. Oh, anime cutscene.
Yep. And what he sees inside is
A
what
girl?
appears to be... No, more like someone that looks suspiciously similar to him, just younger.
Oh god, it's time travel.
No.
Clone.
It's the shadow scene from Heroes again.
It's a
And
clone.
with a
isn't it?
suspicious, cross shining in the meantime.
And an
I
evil
wonder.
smile, too.
But that's the thing. Whatever it probably was an hallucination because the cockpit is empty. Weird.
Well, let's get in. Let me guess. It's a gear that needs to be
Get
tethered.
in the fucking gear. Hey.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Gears need to be tethered to people with the
Huh?
right DNA, don't they?
Faye!
Hold on.
Wait, Faye!
We're gonna explain more the functioning of the gears in
What the
the
bloody hell are you doing, Faye?
You literally don't know what you're doing.
I don't know I literally don't know, Doc. But it looks cool as hell, so why not?
Oh boy.
Do you even know how to steer that thing? Do not do this, Faye! You must not fight here!
Yeah, that's another thing. Cheetah always speaks without apostrophes. He always says "you must not," nor "you mustn't." It's weird. All right, here's how the fight works with gears. I think there's gonna be an AI talking in a second, Lives, so you can voice that. Go ahead, Lives.
Linguistic modifier enabled.
Okay.
Identified. Lab. Ignis dialect. No piloting experience. Easy mode set.
Oh, come on, I don't want
Crazy.
easy mode. Please, fuck's sake.
Synchronizing. Input interface with pilot's normal reflex time. Warning to pilot. COMBATMODE. About to enter combat. 1200 units of fuel left. Utilize command ring in upper left of screen to select attack. Then triangle, square, and X buttons to commence auto attack sequence. Power and fuel usage differs with type of attack button. Triangle 10, square 20, X 30. Warning, enemy gears are now preparing to attack. Terminating you.
Oh, well, that's helpful. Basically,
crazy.
the combat is basically kind of similar to the one on foot, but in a slower format. You don't really do combos, but instead you build up special moves with your gear. So again, it takes a bit more, but this is more a glorified tutorial for simple mechanics. Smash players would recognize the design of this gear, Veltal, as one of the alternate costume palette swaps for Pyre Mitra.
Yep.
That apparently was intentional. What's the other color referred to for the other character? Well, that's for towards the end of the game.
So there you go. Even this game got some love in Smash.
Yeah. And yes, the gears can also replicate some of the ether powers of the owner. In this case, the key shot that they does. But again, don't even try because most of them do not do much. So your best just to pummel the enemy to death.
Pummel to death.
I wonder if our mech will be customizable later on.
Only on the actual menu. Appearance-wise, not so much.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting because... such an interesting... Well, actually, no, you like had something to say that's actually about the game. Go on.
No, not so much. Again, it's interesting both the fact that it applies also both to combat and normal combat on foot and on mech. Most characters are, combat actually in with an unarmed kind of way. Faye, uses only his fist, and so does the gear Veltal. But most of the other characters that you meet will also fight unarmed. Only a couple of them actually wield a weapon. It's kind of peculiar. I guess I wonder if it was actually easier for the dev team to actually program character without actually equipable weapons. I don't know. Go ahead, Pedro.
It's interesting because I started watching Level 5's Megaton Musashi recently, and yeah, this particular imagery of giant mechs fighting in mist flames, yeah, they use that all the time.
It's been used, as far as I know, it has been used in almost every mecha kind of show, so it seems to be a staple.
Yeah.
Megaton
Hey, learning new techniques. And who you might be. Oh, god damn it. Reinforcements.
Faye, this might have not been your smartest move yet.
Doc, who's in the actual pilot seat? Yeah. Oh, my right too. Damn it, how many of them there are?
On your left!
To be fair, Faye, I'm probably more qualified to pilot.
And a very peculiar gear among them.
Shoot him!
I guess there's no choice but to fight.
That's kind of what you've been doing.
Well, that's the thing. You will learn later. Faye wants to use violence as a last resort kind of thing, which will be... It's a thematic that will be discussed, don't worry.
Faye! The way you are fighting!
It's going to cause more damage to the village.
Oh no, this is not good if he, quote-unquote, awakens here.
Oh.
That's you, Dweebs.
Dan? Are you alright?
Sorry, Shira, you better look away for a couple other minutes.
What are you doing here? Do you not know how worried Alice and Timothy are?
I'm sorry, Dr. Mizuki. I got out of the village earlier, but I came back. I just couldn't bear to think you'd leave me my sister's wedding dress behind here.
Oh,
he actually cared.
That's nice and all, but a dress is replaceable. You are
your
not.
sister's wedding dress? You are such a sentimental little boy. Let us evacuate to a safer spot while Faye has it. Also, Doctor, you probably could have phrased that better, like...
Again, Cheetan is this way of being...
It's condescending there.
Again, not just that, Pedro. Cheetan is this way of speaking when it mentions let us do that, let us go instead of let's. You know, it just feels odd.
Please, inside that monster.
It might be intentional, but I had to explain that in the next part, actually, when it becomes more relevant.
Faye is bound by the dark, cruel destiny of God.
He got into a mech! Oh, woe is Faye!
That's the thing, Jovan. Cheetan is not really joking.
Oh, then, we had better get away from here.
Dan! I'm Timothy Dwibbs. I knew you were still in the village! Boy, I'm glad you're okay.
There was a delay
Huh?
from your part. There was a bit of a delay from your part.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh crap.
Oh no! Timothy!
Oh no.
What the hell are you doing, Timothy?
He was actually... Wait! Don't shoot! Stop it! These people have nothing to do with you!
What a bet.
They're in the way.
Sometimes it will... Timothy! Sometimes the game will use this battle, you know, transition more... still for cutscene. Out of the way, you bastards!
That's not very nice.
Oh, what is that?
What the?
Stop it! I said stop it!
Dwibbs, get out from that robot and stop shooting the gun. Dwibbs, Dwibbs, get out of there.
This is why we don't
Dwibbs.
take you anywhere. Get out of the robot, Dwibbs.
Oh,
Timothy got
look
shot.
at that! Timothy died!
Which, uh-oh. Faye's getting upset. This is where the fun begins.
Sir, one of our robots is shooting at us.
Oh!
Yeah.
Did Alice just get killed?
Vaporized to effect.
Damn! So both the best friend and the love interest were just boom, boom, boom.
Pretty much the entire village, aside from a couple of people, is atomized.
But I didn't even get to do the Scottish accent.
Oh no. No, Mom, 5 more minutes.
You killed your friends.
Well,
Grounded.
Faye, you beat
And the
them.
girl who may or may not have liked you.
Where am I?
Well, Faye,
Oh, man.
congrats, you beat them. But I think the wedding may be cancelled.
God, how much did I drink?
Doc.
Oh, yeah, finally gained consciousness, Faye.
You murderer.
Let's not tell him yet.
Run
Doc.
away and never return, Faye.
Doc, what happened? You're close, Shirei. Where's
Oh.
Chippy, Timothy, Alice? What did I...
Yes. Well, that is...
You murderer!
Dan.
Dan, what do you mean?
It's because you had to go and get in that monster. Alice and Timothy, the people of the village are all... You killed everyone using that monster.
Hey.
Why
Please,
did you have
yeah.
to fight in the middle of the village? How'd you even know how to operate such a monster? Mother, where's Mother? See, I told you so. I said allowing someone we knew nothing about into our village would spell disaster. Ow.
I think, yeah, there were other people in the village, but sure, please go, still go ahead. Dan,
Yikes. No, keep away, I'm
I'm
scared.
scared.
Ah!
sister!
Well, here are her ashes.
Then there is nothing to be gained from putting the blame all on Faye alone. What is more, you know Faye had no control over the malfunction of that gear.
Yeah, it was just a malfunction.
I know that. But
Look, it was a malfunction and nothing more.
I hate you!
Then
Might be best to
man.
give the kid some space.
It might be better if we left him by himself for a little while, as Joey
Yes.
just said.
yes.
Kid
actually.
literally just lost his family there.
I'm smart. He does not know what to do with his grief, his anger.
Hopefully he doesn't become the final
Oh,
boss.
not. No.
And Faye, it may be a good idea for you to leave this place.
Yeah.
Also, tip, never get inside a giant robot again. They will probably want to know what happened to their comrades. Also, if you stay here, I do not think the atmosphere is going to be very joyful. If you know what I mean.
Imagine.
It is probably best for both you and all the other villages here.
Imagine. He goes from being the guy who everybody
I
in the
guess
village
you're right.
loved.
This happened. Lester happened because I was here. But what am I supposed to do now?
Go to Nibelheim. They're welcoming of strangers.
Yes, well, why not go through the Black Moon Forest and head for Ave? I'm sure those soldiers from yesterday were not from Ave. If you can manage to get to the Ave side, they will not be able to track you down very easily.
Are you talking about the soldiers or the villagers who
Okay.
probably are going to want vengeance eventually?
I understand, Doc. Well, anyway, please take care of the rest of the things here, Doc.
What little things are left?
Of course. Well, do take care now.
At least you saved those guys.
Uh,
Deception.
If it wasn't for Faye, probably,
Disgrace.
to be fair, if it wasn't for Faye, probably all of them would have died instead of just
on
these
the road
people.
again. Just can't wait to be on the road again.
It's okay, Faye. Just think of well, at least you got a new robot suit out of the deal. You killed everyone with that monster. Murderer.
Leaves up.
Sister, give me back my sister!
You haven't even taken 2 steps and you're already getting flashbacks to what they said about you. Oh, you're just gonna leave the mech there?
I mean, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, Faye doesn't really want to stay close to that thing for the time being, at the very least.
Yeah, we're just gonna go and...
Well, guys, I'm afraid the wedding is cancelled.
No shit. Wait, there was supposed to be a wedding?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Let's look at the bright side. No more wedding talk.
And the game will probably find a way.
Well, don't you see, the wedding has now been moved to the afterlife, I'm afraid.
So yeah, remember the whole thing with Alice as well? Again, that was just the basis. Now this has been piled up, which will play a bit of a part in Faye, reasoning with it, at least for the time being. Don't worry,
He's
not gonna think about the entire game about this.
I will give the
accident.
game this. It was an interesting bait and switch because they really lead you to believe that we're gonna have the love interesting with Alice, but no, maybe it might have to do with that random girl I played in the first part instead.
I mean, this is pretty good for us Brits, because it's just like all our soap operas. All weddings end in flames and explosions.
Yeah,
Of course they do.
I remember the episode of Coronation Street where a spaceship fell on the street and everyone got vaporized and then was somehow alive the next episode.
I remember the Emmerdale episode where a helicopter crashed into a wedding.
Siri, that's nothing on the Casualty episode where an alien artifact was discovered inside the hospital, but it blew up and incinerated everyone in Holby.
The fact that I can't even tell if you're kidding says a lot about soap operas.
I wasn't
these days.
kidding.
Anyway, tune in next time where Faye has to process all that happens, inside the forest, and we actually meet Shiro's major character, so see you there.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.